Hello, and welcome to Nuts About Baseball, a podcast that will entertain you with discussions involving everything baseball. I'm your host, Joe Grimme, and I appreciate you joining me. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as I share my passion for the sport we call America's pastime. Welcome, everyone, to this episode of Nuts About Baseball. I am your host, Joe Grimme, and this is your Monday morning mop-up for May 4th, 2026. Please note that this is being recorded on Sunday prior to the Reds-Pirates matchup in the afternoon. Why? Because I am actually heading up to Chicago tomorrow morning with Kevin Stanton, my brother-in-law and good friend, who is a loyal listener, so shout out to him. We are going up for a one-night stay in Chicago to see the Reds play the Cubs at Wrigley Field. So I'm getting this done early, and I'm going to help you stay up to date with what the Reds have done so far. So let's get into it. The Reds' record as of now, 20 wins, 13 losses. They are now tied for second place in the NL Central with the Cardinals. The Cubs have moved in front of us in first place with a record of 21-12. The Reds are 5-5 in their last 10 games, compared to the Cubs, who are 7-3, Cardinals, who are 6-4. The Brewers and Pirates are both 5-5. This statistic is crazy. Run differential. What does that mean? How many runs you've scored compared to how many runs you've given up. Plus, obviously, is better than minus. The Brewers, plus 46. Cubs, plus 38. Pirates, plus 30. Cardinals, plus 3. Reds, minus 21. How in the world they are 20-13 is beyond me when they are at a negative 21 run differential. Clearly, it's been smoke and mirrors. I can only hope that it continues, but they need to start playing better. The past week, they took 2 of 3 from the Rockies. They won the first game 7-2. They lost the second game 13-2, hence run differential. And then they won the rubber match 6-4. If you've been watching the Reds in Pittsburgh, it's been miserable. They got destroyed on Friday, 9-1. And then Saturday's game was just a complete embarrassment. They lost 17-7. Rhett Lauder and Connor Phillips, they combined to walk 7 straight batters. I couldn't believe it. Wondered if it was a record. And in fact, it did tie a major league record. It was the first time it had happened since 1920. Fellas, not something you should be proud of, nor would you want to be in the record books for that, but you are. Let's talk about the hitting season to date. Leading the team in batting average is Elly De La Cruz at .277. Sal Stewart is hitting .260. And then Spencer Steer has quietly moved into third place, hitting .243. Not impressive, but this team is not hitting very well. Home runs, Elly De La Cruz leads the team with 10. Stewart is right behind him with 9. And a nice surprise this season so far is Nathaniel Lowe. He has 5 home runs. RBIs, Sal Stewart leads the team with 29. Elly De La Cruz is behind him with 25. And also in third on this statistic is Nathaniel Lowe with 15. Well, this seems to be a reoccurring theme, but let's talk about the bad. Every week, it seems like these guys are still on the list. TJ Friedl, our leadoff man, .202 batting average. Matt McClain, .200. Tyler Stevenson, .188. And Ke'Bryan Hayes, .119. I will give Hayes a little credit. He's actually improved because he was hitting down around .070, but now he's up above the Mendoza line. Let's see if he could eventually maybe get up there and start hitting his weight. Only time will tell. Team totals. With runs, they have scored 141 runs. That's 11th in the National League. Keep in mind, 15 teams are in the National League, so 11th is not very good. Home runs, we have 44 so far. That is 3rd in the National League. That is actually surprising to me with what this team has from top to bottom. Team batting average continues to be pathetic, .220. That is last in the National League. And finally, team on base percentage, .307. That is 10th in the National League. Not good. How about our pitching? Well, I am a little worried that that ship is sinking and sinking fast. Our starters, ERAs. Chase Burns, the only one that's respectable, and it's very good, 2.65. Rhett Lauder started off great, but boy, he is slipping. His ERA is now a 5.09. Brady Singer, 5.57. Andrew Abbott, 5.97. And Brandon Williamson, 6.11. The team ERA, 12th in the National League with a 4.59. Opponent's batting average, Burns, 208. That is really good. Rhett Lauder, not great, 252. Brandon Williamson, 255. And then let's get to our batting practice pitchers. Andrew Abbott, 303. These hitters are salivating when they see Abbott and Singer on the mound. Brady Singer, 333. It's unbelievable. Opponents' batting average against the Reds, 257. 10th in the National League. So I have to continue to give some thank yous to the bullpen for the most part. Graham Ashcraft, 1.13 ERA. Sam Moll, 1.84 ERA. Tony Santillan, 1.98 ERA. And Emilio Pagan, I have kind of been down on him, and I've said that anytime he comes in, I feel like we're walking on eggshells. But when you look closer at his statistics, yes, he has a 5.40 ERA for the season. But if you take out one game, and it was a bad game back on April 1st where he gave up 4 earned runs, his ERA would drop to a 2.92, which is very respectable. He has 6 saves out of 8 opportunities, so he's blown 2 of them. So overall, the bullpen has continued to help us stay in games and win games, but when you get rocked in the first or second innings like they have recently, it doesn't matter what bullpen you have. You're still going to lose because you can't score runs when you're hitting so pathetic as a team.
Moto Federation is a DIY communal workspace and social lounge. We provide the tools, facility, and supplies for you to work on your own motorcycle. Beyond the workshop, we have a social lounge where members can meet to exchange ideas, share knowledge, attend workshops, and view product demonstrations. We are a rider's facility dedicated to learning, teaching, and repairing and restoring motorcycles. We embrace all forms of motorcycling, from scooters to trikes and everything in between. Learn more at motofed.com.
How about a little injury updates? Eugenio Suarez, as you know, has a mild oblique strain. He is with the team on this road trip with Pittsburgh and Chicago, and he's going to get another scan at some point to see where he stands in the healing process. He has been running to stay in shape, they say, so time will tell when he gets back to the club. Brandon Williamson, as you probably saw, has gone on the IL. An MRI showed no structural issues, and he did receive a cortisone injection. Nick Lodolo, Mr. Blister, he just had another rehab start yesterday on Saturday at AAA in Louisville. He threw 4.1 innings and had 6 strikeouts. So please get him back to the major leagues, and maybe he could be that spark that turns this rotation around. Finally, Hunter Green. He has started a throwing program, and his first bullpen session could happen in late May. What do the Reds have ahead of them? Well, like I said earlier, they are heading to Chicago after this Sunday afternoon game against the Pirates. They have 4 games at Wrigley Field against the first-place Cubs. Unfortunately, the Cubs are starting to heat up and play the way that everyone expects them to play. I hope that maybe we can take a couple games, maybe 3. That's tough with the way the Reds are hitting and pitching, but here's for hoping. After that, the Reds return home to Great American Ballpark to face the Houston Astros. Thankfully, they are 13-21 and last in the American League West. So that is your Monday morning mop-up. A little early with the recording done on Sunday prior to the afternoon matchup between the Pirates and the Reds. I hope we can take today's game and avoid a sweep at PNC Park. We shall see. Have a great week. Enjoy the games. I hope the Reds can win some games this week and maybe turn it around and start playing better baseball, because if they don't, that record is going to start getting closer to 500 and we're going to sink farther in the standings, and that's concerning. Until next time, I am Joe Grimme, and I am nuts about baseball.